All right, August 19th, Tuesday. Very special happy birthday to Cody Lanza.
Oh, all right.
Grind. An
It
all-time
was his
grind.
birthday. I was out there talking to him for 20 years.
I know, yeah.
Because I feel bad now.
I think now, like, if it's not your birthday, you post on the weekend, and that's kind of it. I know you had a big dinner. It's like,
That's good.
kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, post-college birthdays get outside of like the 30, 40, whatever. Like big
Right,
ones.
the milestone ones.
Yeah, I feel like they're
Yeah, 30 was the last one I really cared about.
like in college they're fun, like always fun birthday, but after college,
It's just a reason to drink in college.
exactly. After
Oh,
that,
yeah.
it's just
Oh, yeah. It's like, you want to go out there? Well, it's Hub's birthday. All right.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
it's like we're getting after it. Like,
I think some people lied about their birthday just to, like, get you going. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you have the girls that like it's a birthday.
Oh, it's
like,
birthday month.
Like it's their half birthday. We're going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't get the
It's nuts.
Nate likes to remind us when it's his half birthday.
Certainly
Yeah,
does.
he loves it. He loves it.
I didn't like turning 45 because it reminded me I was halfway to 90, and that was kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
I hated turning 30. Turn 30.
But even
was-
halfway to 60, you can still have a nice life. You can still do things at 60. But 90, you're fucked.
Getting out of the 20s was a tough pill to
That's
swallow.
tough. That's true.
That was like
30 didn't
wow.
hit me like it. Like I don't know. It's still a pretty good number. Pretty young number.
Being 30 is awesome.
yeah, like 30 didn't hit me. Like 40 will destroy me.
Yeah, that's
Why?
I just feels way more.
see, that's where I'm at. So 40, I'm 2 years away, just under 2 years away. 40 growing up, it felt like, a 40th birthday, or your parents are going to a 40th birthday.
Felt so old.
Felt like they were super old. R.I.P. fucking Party City. They used to have the
Over the hill.
aisle of like over the hill, and just it did feel like 40 was
Yeah.
older. Now it doesn't feel like as old, obviously, because we're still like I'm living it. It is what it. Like I don't think people my age are
Once you get closer
way
to it.
older. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess it's like it's the first birthday I've been amped for in a little while. Like a 40th birthday is. Plus, you look at like you would look around the room and like. Realistically, not everybody, but like I've been friends with that guy for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
I've been friends
Yeah.
with that guy for 15 to 20.
Yeah.
My parents, that's the one thing growing up, like my parents would be like, oh yeah, I've known him for like 20, 25 years. That was like a century.
Oh, my God. It
know what I
seems
mean?
like
Like-
forever.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. I remember being like 15, 16 and thinking someone who was 21 was old as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like so vividly, I remember that being in high school.
That's why it's so funny, like, when Meek calls me old. It's like, I'm looking, I'm like, just wait, man. Wait a couple of years. We're not that far apart.
To me, it was the blanket of like being in your 20s felt nice. Like
Yeah.
losing that was like, oh, like I'm a kid. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Like once you get there, like, you're a grown ass man. You're a grown, and not that I wasn't when I was 28 or whatever.
Right.
But like 30, there's something about that that feels like I said, you're just not in your 20s anymore. You're like really like you're a 30-year-old man.
I had a harder time.
Unk to some of these kids out here at 30.
Yeah. They got me in the Unk house already.
Oh no, you're Unk. Almost 40 is Unk at this
you're
in like this demographic.
I feel like the word unk might be a little overplayed at this point.
It's fun to say. I
Oh
think
my
that's the
God.
part.
Like, it's
like just there's some words that just like the physical, like just saying Unk is like funny to me.
I am an uncle, so when people call me unk, it's like, oh, I guess I am. It makes sense. I am an uncle.
I haven't been really referred to as Unk yet, but I know I'm like really close. I'm right on the doorstep. Where someone 18, 20 could easily call me Unk.
Yeah, you're getting close.
I would never
That'll hit
call.
like a ton of bricks.
It's such a child thing though, because I would never call like a 60-year-old person unk.
That's fair though. I think
Bizarre.
that's a fair point. But I think it's more used for the kids.
Children would say yes.
14 to like 23, 24, I would
Yeah.
say. Would say something
Well,
like
that's
25
where
maybe.
that's where I was going to go.
Extend it a little
If
bit.
you could, if you could go back and relive, like forever, you just only live that 10-year period of your life. Or same kind of question, what do you think is the best 10-year period of your life? Which one are you picking?
20 to 30.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm going 14 to 24.
Yeah, I might agree with Bosco.
I don't want to relive high school at all.
High school was good.
High school's the worst 4 years of my life.
I loved high school.
High school. Yeah.
hated high school.
Junior high was worse.
Waking up that early, like every single day, like just to get to homeroom so you can like avoid like detention. Fuck that. And all those classes are horrible. Wasn't fun.
It's a waste of time. I remember just watching the clock.
Most of my nightmares have to do with like high school. One last, it's like rushing to class, like all that shit, like going to your locker. It's a disaster. 20 or 30, because also you're getting the tail end of college in there.
You're broke.
Which is great. What?
You're poor.
All right, but it's like a lot of fun. There's no like pressure on you right away.
College is high
The
school. and
first few
college
years
were
living in the city are incredible. Like
In my early 20s, I know it was also like when I was in my early 20s. It was like right after 9/11. It's like no one was hiring. I was doing temp work. It was just like I just couldn't make a buck. It was really hard. was eating
All right.
a lot
Well,
of
you had a much less fun 20s, 30s than I did.
I mean, not 20. No, like I mean, like 23, 24 was just really hard.
Yeah,
I was like those ages are like some of the most fun in my life because all my none of us obviously had like we were engaged or whatever. So like just go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like just doing the same shit.
Trips are a little easier. Like, yo, you want to go to we'll go on a road game here. Nobody's got. Yeah, it makes sense.
I like being in my 40s.
I don't know. I would
choose right now is the best time of my life. But the only thing is you do get a little old. Like, I wear the glasses, your hair gets a little grayer. But like, if I could say this forever, I'd be fine. And you're a little older, you're a little more established. You kind of have, you got things together a little more. Like I this is the best time of my life. But the thing that's kind of concerning is like, all right, well, I am getting older though. Like, how much longer are you gonna have this?
Yeah, I think maybe like 15 to 25.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe the sweet spot is 17 to 27.
Oh, you're saying I could have done, and I didn't have to do a whole number. I didn't have to do 20 to 30. I could have done like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Any 10-year gap in your
Got it.
life.
Oh, so then I would probably include the start of college and then go to 28.
So, I thought the senior year, the summer when you end junior year, and like those kids ahead of you graduate, and now it's like I'm gonna be a senior. Your friends start getting cars. Your parents, like they're like I'm going out. They didn't really know where you were. They weren't so you weren't fucking out in Guam.
But you're remembering all the good times.
Like,
you guys are forgetting all the shitty jobs you had to do. Then think about
that's
how
part
great
of it,
we have
bro.
it.
I mean, that's part of it. Like
That
But also
sucks.
at that time-
But in the moment, it sucks.
But at that time, I feel like I was so just like you're just like young and
you just live for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm just like painting.
No, you still have to
fences
get through the weekend. I
for
remember
$10
just
an
working
hour
like
in the
shitty
summer
sales jobs and like grinding and like working like these really
I never
horrible
did.
jobs.
I had one job before this, worked there 3 months, and I was like, nope, not doing that.
I guess I'll say I was.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I did it for
interviewed-
3 months. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't have like years of it.
Right.
I interviewed for the job Hubs had.
Worst place in the world.
And it was Banana Land.
Horrible.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was
Horrible.
a scam. It was a company that puts themselves in the keyword searches for people with sport management degrees, which I had. And then you walk down the hall and it don't make, or I'm sorry, like they put all these pictures of sports teams on the hallways.
Of course.
And then you go and you're like, what do you do here? And it's loosely related to that. But it's basically just cold calling all day long. And I remember giving like the answers that would work in a sport, like when I interned for the Knicks or like whatever. You work for Staten Island Yankees, this and that. Like they're like, why do you think you're a good asset here? It's like, oh, I'm a team player. Like you get things done. And 5 minutes into the interview, the guy's like, this ain't for you. I go, why not? He goes, I want people here that are out for themselves and want to make money. That's it. He goes, you see all those people out there? He's like, those are selfish assholes. They just want to make money.
That's funny.
All right, buddy. Like, you saved me the time. He would say, like, you couldn't take piss breaks. You made 200 phone calls a day.
Oh,
There were hours.
I knew somebody else that worked there when I worked at the Jets. It was lunacy.
Not to bore, but the run through would be, so I think it was 8 to 5. So from 8 to 9, couldn't go to the bathroom. From 4 to 5, couldn't go to the bathroom because they assume you're stalling or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was a company lunch, I want to say from 12 to 1. So 30 minutes before and after that lunch, you couldn't go to the bathroom. Then when you are in the bathroom, you're timed. You can't be in there longer than 7 minutes.
That's crazy.
Otherwise, you're like legitimately questioned. And then obviously the standard cold calling, you're following the script for everything. So like if you deviate, and they're listening to you.
Yep.
So if you deviate from the script, you get you're slammed, phone slammed, yelled over, whatever. It was awful. And it's just like when you were successful in it, which I was a little bit, you feel guilty because you just scammed somebody.
That sucks.
You were selling like advertisements in like college sports yearbooks or programs, yeah. Which is like when you sell one to like an old lady or whatever, you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
She's not.
You're hoping it just cancels in a month or whatever. So I lasted here 3 months before, and then I came here and an interview became Marco, and then here I am. So
nuts.
Yeah, I guess I was
sucks. I just try to steer. If anyone ever DMs me, and it's happened like probably 5 or 10 times, like, hey, like I saw you worked here. I'm like, don't do it. Go anywhere else. I steer people away.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, I was just super lucky. I mean, I came straight here out of college.
Yeah, I think because that experience.
I was very lucky.
different.
So for me, like my first, like I would extend it like 2 years out because that first couple of years, like you have like a little bit of money. Like first time you have a little bit of money, you're on your own. Like living in Hoboken, like even my home friends, like we would in the summer, like just go down the shore, like literally every weekend, like party, have a great time. That's why I would extend it till basically when my best friend in the fall knocked up his girlfriend. Like once like that happened and we weren't going to the shore, like that just like ended like after that, like stopped drinking as much because he had just a place on the shore. We would just go literally every single weekend. And once my summers, I got like 2 good summers of that, like having a little bit of money in my pocket to be able to like just have the freedom, like get out of work here on Friday. Like I would literally just like take the train like to like he works for PSEG, like take the train to wherever he was working, and we would just go down the shore.
Yeah, you lived for
Do that literally every week.
I did too. But I just getting to the weekend when I wasn't working at Barstool. I was working
but that's
shitty
part
sales
of the,
jobs.
that's part of the grind. That's what makes it even more like, makes it.
And yeah, I wasn't making like a lot of money when I first started.
Yeah.
But
Right.
My rent wasn't.
Your first real paycheck is pretty
my
good.
rent wasn't crazy. I was like very lucky where my rent. I was living in a 3-bedroom where I kind of ended up with like the short end of the stick, so I like paid less rent. So I kind of was like, I was only paying like $800-900 a month in rent.
I think it's like 26, 27 is where it flips. Because every year I would organize home. I lived 3 hours away from school. Every year at homecoming, like hounding people, let's go. Because I knew you only get a certain amount of time, and then it start like this one's married, this one's got there. It's and it flipped.
Yep.
So for like those first 4 years out of college, it was like 30, 40 of us. Like there was no doubt, like everybody's going. And then like 3-4 years in, this one starts to trickle. Like it's I can't. And then you watch it, it just evaporated.
That's happened to me. Like basically
It was clockwork. Like everybody's going for 4 or 5 years, and then it starts to hit that tick, and you're like, and then it never existed again.
It comes back. Now a lot of my friends, I went back to New Hampshire last weekend. A lot of my friends now, their kids are older. Right? And so now they can go out. It's they don't go out. You don't go out until 2 a.m. anymore, 3 a.m. anymore. But you go out. You have a really nice dinner.
Yeah, that was it was like my friend that like he got his girl, like then they obviously got married, whatever. They have like 3 kids now, and then it was like bang bang bang, like my 3 closest friends like all just like
Bro, my whole group.
it was like just a ripple effect. Like they all just like got married, had kids, etc.
That just happened to me too.
Yeah, I thought for me it happened to me when I was like 25, 26. It was
That is younger.
early.
Yeah, that's younger.
That run of weddings is tough.
Oh,
I grew up in a small town. Like only out of my like closest friends, only probably like 3 of us like went and like graduated to college. So like most people just stayed home. Were like working like good like jobs like union or whatever, like car salesmen. They're 18, like 19, 20 years old, and just sort of like already like in it by then.
I'm the end of the wedding run. I'm the final one, basically. The other 2 are just nowhere close. So I'm just and it was like a year between the actual end of the run, so it's gonna be nice. Like, oh, we got one more. But then after this, I don't know what wedding.
well, people also, not you, but your friends. People also can have second marriages, and then you have to go to those too.
I have a friend who's divorced already.
Yeah,
It goes like that.
know.
Sometimes,
it
unfortunately.
would happen to me. My friends probably all thought they were done too, and then
Yeah.
a decade later, I get married again.
All right, that was an interesting tangent.
I tell you, that summer, that's right before football hasn't started yet. We're a few more days, and then and it's no more of that.
If I do that in October, feel free to shoot me in that.
Yeah.
All right, so
there was breaking news while we were doing this. Francisco Alvarez is going the IL.
yeah.
Yeah,
Why are you smiling?
I'm not.
You were just smiling. Sick fuck.
I don't think that was a smile.
That's not great.
No.
I like when you're in despair.
He was hitting really well too.
After sucking for so long,
I know.
so
Who's your catcher?
It'd be Luis Torrens, and then I guess we bring up this guy Hayden Senger would be the backup. Not great.
Has he played at all, Sanger? Has he? Like,
I mean, he did. Well, they sent Alvarez down to the minors for about a month and a half. So Senger's play. He's a backup. I mean, he's a fine backup. He's a fine third string catcher. The real issue is now Torrens is to play every day.
Torrens' ceiling is just so much lower than.
Now Torrens does have maybe the best arm of any
Right.
catcher in baseball, which is great. He can throw out base runners.
guy.
He also calls a pretty good game. Offensively though, he's a zero. Yeah. So there's that.
is there anybody? You know how guys pass through waivers?
Yeah, of course.
Is there anybody we can potentially steal as a catcher?
No. So the Red Sox just did this week. Nathaniel Lowe on the Nationals got let go. The Red Sox. He's now starting first baseman for the Red Sox. So it can happen, Rico. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
There's no one right now that I'm seeing, but you'll see a lot of waiver stuff happen at the end of the month because you have to be on a roster by September 1st, or else you can't qualify for the playoffs.
Right.
So usually that last week of August, teams that are out of it, just to save money, will dump a bunch of guys. Could the Mets jump one of those guys? Absolutely. Now it depends how long Alvarez is out. Is Alvarez out for 10 days? Is Alvarez out for 6 weeks? I don't know.
That's why I did like when they did the waiver trade deadline.
Me too.
Because there's a little, some just squeak
Little
through
push.
every now and then. Whoa, well, that's fun. They're just taking his salary. I don't like that they did away with that.
So there's talk they're not going to renew that, but there's talk they're going to push the deadline to August 15th because there was kind of that last chance to get guys, and they feel like the trade deadline now is too early in the year. So there has been talk, maybe the next CBA, you'll see trade deadline be
Especially with more teams making the playoffs.
Correct.
Your lifespan to like, oh, maybe we could make a run here. see the fucking Royals last year and the Tigers.
Yeah.
You know, like, and Dimebacks from before that. Like, yeah, there's more time to make some noise.
You'll know if you're on or off the fence by then.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
All right, John Wall retired.
He hadn't played in a few years, right?
No,
Yeah,
he
it
hasn't
seems
played
like
in a while.
It's more just like an official retirement rather than.
That's how much money he made his career. I looked it up.
Ooh, a lot.
Oh no, a shit ton.
How many years did he play?
Like 11.
Yeah, 11 to 13, something like that.
I would guess he
340?
made.
Yeah.
Less.
I was gonna say like 288.
Almost on the dot. 268.
Okay.
268 million. He made $250 million.
God bless him.
And John Wall was a nice player before he got hurt, but like, I mean, it's
Well, no, he was
Five-time
at
All-Star.
his peak. He was a great player.
It's an unbelievable
He
player.
was he was so fast. I mean, it's crazy to think that a team of a young him and Boogie didn't win the championship. Like those are two of the most like talented guys that have probably come through college basketball in the last like 50 years
Coaching.
on the same team.
Yeah, he couldn't hit free throws. Wall from
Yeah, that was his problem. I mean, if he could have like developed like a consistent jump shot,
Yeah, he just never. He could attack the rim though, like as
anybody,
better than anybody.
anyone. I mean, no one could stop him going to the hoop.
Very very fun player to
Good
watch.
passer too, obviously.
Coaching in college.
So John Wall never got out of what round? The
Probably the first.
second. I didn't know the Wizards.
Second,
made
They
the
won
second
a
round.
game, yeah.
That's right, that's
They won
right.
a series, I should say.
And Bradley Beal,
Yeah.
Gortat.
And then Daniel Jones named the starter of the Colts.
Big day for Mush.
Figured.
What a move for Daniel Jones! Like he goes to the Colts to try and win that job, and
did.
does win that job. Like
Smart.
Daniel Jones is starting NFL games again.
Makes you gotta hate Richardson.
I mean, he's just bad. He's just not
They
good.
just don't have much. There's just not. There's so much potential there, but it's just not
What
all
a
together
disaster.
at all.
What do you do?
That's
last
what
night?
happens
Did
with
he-
these
did he, like,
guys.
have to
He's
sit
out of a
out 'cause
game.
he's tired.
Dude, he was tired.
That was the end, right?
He checked himself out of a game when they were driving. This is like a deep cut like college football take, but I still swear when he was at Florida firing Dan Mullen in the heat of him being there was like the biggest that derailed his entire career. Dan Mullen is such a good quarterback coach, and they had a great run, like great couple seasons. They weren't even that bad. I think they lost like 4 games, and they just fired him when they had like a freshman Anthony Richardson who's like this, just like I mean, you couldn't like craft like a quarter of just like size and speed and arm talent, like everything's there, and they had this incredible quarterback coach who like had Dak and like a bunch of guys like in Florida, like he was the offensive coordinator for like Urban during all those championships. That was the head coach of Mississippi State, head coach of Florida. They were very good. I just don't understand why they fired him, and I think that totally derailed his development.
Imagine being a Colts fan right now. Your quarterback is Daniel Jones going to the season. Daniel Jones, by the way, lifetime 24-44, and that's your guy. That's what you have to deal with going into the season. That's depressing.
I mean, I think he's obviously a stopgap. Like, I mean, listen, if he plays great, I would imagine they give him another contract. I think it'd be a mistake. And I think they'll highly likely be picking a quarterback next year.
What are the Colts? Are the Colts bad enough to tank? Probably not.
I think they're just good enough to win. Like, I think they're gonna win like 7 games.
Well, here's the thing.
That's what I think.
Dude, in that division, though, if you think they're gonna win 6 or 7, and then the breaks go their way, and they get to 9 and 8,
that still might not
Still
be
behind
enough.
Houston.
but it's not a guarantee.
No.
Let's put it that way.
well,
In that
nothing-
division, do I think Houston is going to be better than them? Absolutely. But in that division, you're always in the mix.
But he's
like
still.
that's not me trying to say, in the in the AFC East, if you go 9 and 8, the Jets go 9 and 8, they could steal that division. No, absolutely not.
But the
Like,
other-
Bills, it's just not fact.
Bills, right.
AFC
Other
West,
teams-
not happening. NFC East, not happening. 2 divisions, you can just kind of float and float a little longer than the other guy
Maybe
until he
CJ
drowns.
Stroud gets hurt, and then you sneak in that way, I guess, right?
But I think
I'm just trying to think of, like,
things
ways.
could. I think Houston could have an okay season and still be 9 and 8 or 8 and 9 and be in that mix.
But I think what
Really
you're
do.
ignoring is the other teams also got better. Like they still
They
honestly
ain't great.
But
Titans and Jaguars got that much better.
I think Cam Ward's a enormous upgrade from.
But they're so bad, though. Like,
But they're gonna. I'm telling you, they're gonna be better. They're going to be better. And honestly, tell me that Daniel Jones isn't the worst quarterback in the division. Still,
he's the worst quarterback in the division, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, by far.
I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over him easily.
Well, yeah, easily. He's.
And then I'll gladly take Cam Ward day one.
I mean, Daniel Jones might be the worst starting quarterback in football.
It's close. I don't.
No, if the Browns start Flacco.
Yeah.
They announced it yesterday.
He's not the. He's probably bottom like 5.
They're starting.
They did. Brown starting Flacco.
Yeah, he's bottom 5 probably.
I do want to shout somebody out on that, actually. Hang on. DraftKings was offering.
Jay had it, right?
Well,
No?
yeah. You might have got
With the Saints starting, maybe that quarterback is worse than the
Chuck?
Yeah, that's why I think
He could be
Jones is
worse than
bottom
Daniel
5.
Jones?
Yeah, he's bottom 5.
So the Browns.
Probably not dead last.
2025. Now, listen, it still could not happen because. Flacco.
Right.
Okay,
right.
but either way, QB to take the first snap for the Cleveland Browns at some point within the last week. Pickett minus 110, Shador plus 175, Dylan Gabriel plus 500, Flacco plus 1,200.
Those are crazy odds.
That one was
It's
like a mistake.
Gabriel had no shot.
I'm sorry.
Shador
Hold
had-
on.
I think you read that wrong.
What?
Is that really? I feel like there's no way that was.
It was back. Hold on. It
Yeah,
was
this is a little while ago.
back in April. I clarified.
So was
Was it
Flacco,
before they
was Flacco
signed
on
him,
the
maybe?
team yet?
What?
Was Flacco
It had to
on
be
the
before
team?
they signed him. Had to be.
Right. That would make
no way his line would be
a little
plus
bit more. So
1,200.
obviously, that's post-draft, but maybe Flacco hadn't signed yet.
I don't
Can
know.
we find out when Flacco?
Because Gabriel had no shot to start this team unless
right.
the
he
whole
was
QB
still-
room
yeah,
went down on a crash. Like, that's the only way he's starting.
That must have been
Shador's
right
not
after.
starting. Pickett. It's really Pickett or Flacco. And I guess Pickett was already on the team based on those odds. And it's like whether they bring in Joe, and Joe is still a free agent. That's
it
the only
was
way
a
I'm
while ago,
I'm
yeah.
mapping that out.
That's
a phenomenal bet. Whoever gave the tip or took it, whatever, that's a
Phenomenal.
great.
Would you guys be upset if Daniel Jones has a big year this year as Giants fans?
no.
No. Hey. Hold on. Hubs.
What?
April 11th, 2025. Joe Flacco returning to the Browns on a 1-year deal,
What day
$4
was
million.
What day was the
427.
So there you go.
That's crazy. Those odds were like
Great snipe. Whoever got that. Good for you.
427. Shea tweeted he may very well be cut before the season starts, but Joe Flacco to be the Browns' Week 1 starter at 12-1 seems like great value on
Shea.
DK.
Shea, great deal. Great value.
crazy too because Flacco had already started games for them.
Yeah, I mean, the
Got
last
tipped
couple
off,
years.
for sure. Great bet by Che.
Wish he sent
But
me
the
that.
tip off was good. You got to give the guy.
You tip?
Not me tipping him off.
Oh.
One of my top guys. Exchanged the DM with him.
Good for him.
Good for the both of them. Good for the both
Obviously,
of them.
you got to get it.
No,
home.
it's not. You got to get to the finish line.
Yeah, just got to get there healthy.
Yeah, so he would
gotta
play,
get there healthy.
He played maybe a quarter in their final preseason game.
At least.
You got to dodge a quarter.
Yeah, just got to.
Watch that game.
But also
just like,
practice.
Right.
Practice too. You got to just stay healthy.
Sure, but I mean, the most injury that can happen would be in
Of
the
course,
game.
of course, of course.
But yeah, that also speaks to, listen, we're all gamblers. I don't think
Imagine he retires.
some of us spend.
Hey guys, it's not for me.
Yeah.
what a bad beat that would be.
we definitely spend time on there. We definitely spend researching, but there are so many different markets and there are so many different alleys that you could go down on DraftKings. Like if you really want to get in the nitty gritty of things like that, there's stuff you could get paid out on like that, potentially big ones, you know? So credit to the guys in the fucking nooks and crannies with those different
Che.
markets and props. And
12-1's a hell of a call.
yeah.
Hell of a play.
Yeah.
You had an NFL thing that we
Yes.
told off yesterday.
Yeah. So big picture. So Bill Barnwell of ESPN, I read the article. 5 teams he thinks is going to improve. 5 teams he thinks is going to decline for this year. And a couple of reasons or whatever. So we could dive in. You want to do improve first? You want to do?
Improve is less fun, so let's start with that. I feel like the teams he thinks are going to suck more are fun to dive into. So let's start with improve.
You think so?
Improve.
Yeah.
You sorry. I always kind of think of it the other way around. I think it's fun to like pick that team that
he's
like
a miserable prick and you're a happier guy. That's why.
I guess I like picking the team that like everyone thinks is gonna stink and saying they're gonna be good and being right. That's one of my like favorite things.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, you're being a
like the-
positive
I
person.
like the-
Like, I like when you like I like buying stock in someone low.
And Hobbs just wants to revel in someone's misery.
The world to burn.
All right. So this one hits home pretty quick. He's got the Giants
Improving?
improving.
So
Listen, I can
Well,
see
the
it.
big rationale, obviously, you change a quarterback if it's Dart or even if it's Wilson or Jameis, like that's just the better quarterback.
Correct.
Definitely better. Russ is better.
Yeah, like it's also going to get dark tonight. Like pretty easy to do. But the Giants were 1-7 in 1-score games last year.
Yeah.
Now, some of those not necessarily as close as, like
Yeah.
whatever. But there was
a few that we like should have won. That
in
we
with the
lost for
Commanders. Yeah, like definitely.
Was that last year the Bills?
Bills was
Bills.
tough. Also,
Yeah.
that was pass interference is bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, part of that is coaching. It's still the same coach, but it's a different offense.
The Giants went 3-14 last year. There's no way they're gonna win more games.
Also, their defense.
Like they're gonna walk into
more
more
of the-
you know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah,
walking
but the
into wins.
schedule is still fucking horrific.
It is.
3 wins though. No.
Dude,
You're winning more than 3.
It is
games.
bullshit though how they have that schedule. It is like for being a bad team, they deserve an easier schedule. That's just how it works. Their D line though will win them some games.
Honestly,
D line is gonna terrorize.
Why
me.
is it so hard? Why is the schedule so
I
hard?
don't know.
just bad breaks and then kind of just got. We play the tough divisions.
Which AFC division do we play?
I want to say we play the.
You play the West.
The
I believe,
West,
because
yeah.
I was just talking to Ken Jack about the Chargers schedule. Yeah. So yeah, you play the
And
West.
2 years ago, if you were looking ahead and you were like, all right, let's forecast the Giants' schedule. It's like, it's like, okay, you got to play the AFC West. All right, the Chiefs are a bear, like for sure, loss. But like
The Chargers are
Right,
easier and
well, when did Harbaugh get hired? Last year?
last year was
going
his
2
first
years ago.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Last year was his
okay,
first year.
Chargers are whatever, and then Raiders are bad, and the Broncos are like whatever. Now it's like, well, Bo Nix is really good.
Yeah.
Chargers get Harbaugh, and Vegas goes with Geno. So
I mean, just it's brutal when you get the NFC North and the AFC West, the two divisions that have 4 like respectable teams.
I feel like
your own division is 6 brutal games.
There is a very good
Yeah,
chance.
Eagles are obviously incredibly good.
Commanders
are
and
really
the Cowboys
good.
are the Cowboys,
Yeah,
no matter
it's
what.
fucking
By
brutal.
the way, I was so pissed. I was up at 2:00 in the morning last night, and fucking Netflix, it wasn't available. The Cowboys thing.
Oh really?
Now it is, but like I was
something to watch.
Stayed up
I was
for that.
devouring that. Nah,
State of oh.
I stay up.
Uh,
I might have been watching a reality show filmed in the last year.
Oh, Bosco.
I just
How
can't
let it
stop
go,
watching
man. What are you
this.
doing?
He watches Barstool Surviving just to
Just
a form of like
torture
self
himself.
like torture. Yeah.
That's masochism.
He watches his ball go in the thing and pop out just like every day.
Oh my
I gotta
god.
stop doing that.
There's a very good chance the Giants have 1 win going to Week 10. 1 win. The schedule's insane.
But it's one of those like you
Very good chance. By the way. Not a good chance. Very good chance.
But they'll steal a couple they shouldn't. It always had. Like even the year they made the playoffs, like everyone thought they were going to be a couple years ago. Everyone thought they were going to be atrocious.
Well, that schedule was so. I feel like this is what you're paying the piper now. That schedule was so easy because of just the matchups, and now you guys are kind of getting the back end of
Let me do the Francesca real quick. At Washington, at Dallas to start. Maybe you can win one of those because Dallas is weaker, obviously.
Dallas
and
is weaker.
Washington week 1. Weird things happen week 1. Sure.
Yeah.
Home to KC, home to the Chargers. At the Saints is you have to win that game.
Have to.
Home to the Eagles, at Denver, at Philly, home to San Fran. That gets you week 10. So like what's the coin flip game? Like
Well, here's
it's
the other
first 2?
More so I have this question. Okay? Even if the Giants fight hard in those games and are 1-4 and lose by a combined, like what's a perfect world? Let's say 18 to 20 points over 4 games and go 1-4 to start. Okay? But 18 points means they were in,
in the games.
every one of those. Okay? Then you have that brutal run of whatever the fuck you just said. It's 5 more horrible games. When do you mix in Dart? Because then, like, let's
Bye
say you
week.
are 1-6.
When's the bye week?
14. It's late, super late.
Oh, then it works out perfectly. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I think that's been I've had circled since day one.
So you think Dart gets the real tail end of it? I guess what I was gonna say is
sense.
if they start
I think
1-4,
you should, let 'em,
let's
let 'em
make a
sit.
change. You put Dart in, but the team's still bad, and it's a not bad, but it's a brutal run. Like that could kill his confidence as well. And now
No,
you're
but I
1-8.
don't.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what they did with Eli too. Like, if you remember when they put Eli in,
Kurt Warner.
they were 5-4. They were like in the hunt. They put in Eli and they were awful. They got way worse.
yeah.
They went 1-6 down the
Yeah.
stretch.
No, I'm just saying, where do you put like it? Because we've seen a guy running for his life as a quarterback, and that could kind of fuck you
So
up.
the only thing is if the offense could prove it all, because I think there's like significant upgrades on defense across the board, like personnel wise, not just like having Abdul Carter, like getting Javon Holland, Adebo, like you added legit guys to your secondary, plus like it may be an elite guy immediately. Like all week at the Jet, like he was just. I mean, against the Bills, he was killing them, and he was lining up against Deion Dawkins, who's like a Pro Bowl tackle, and was like cooking him. Doing the same thing with the Jets. I think there's there's a real chance the defense is legitimately like a very good defense. That's possible. It's a real path for us. It's just, can the offense like do anything? Can they make it work? And I believe in Dable as a play caller. Like I just like I think they'll use Neighbors well. Like, it's just can they get Scatterboo and Tracy? Like, can they get a push on the run game? Like, that's going to be huge. Can Andrew Thomas stay healthy? There's a lot of stats about the last couple of years. Like, the offense scores like a touchdown more when Thomas is on the field as opposed to not. So I think he's a big X factor. Can Russ give you anything?
Hobbs, what are the realistic games the Giants like will have?
Yeah, later on. They must
4 to 5 point
So
favorite.
post that.
Oh, they won't be favorites
So-
like that.
So post
They should be favorites against
week 10's at the Bears.
maybe on
Week
the
10's
road.
at the Bears. That could be a rock fight.
The Bears will be favored,
Yeah.
Bears will be favored, but it won't be big.
right?
It'll be
Well, even just,
I think the Bears could improve this
I'm
year.
just saying
Some of that
what.
was-
Well,
Definitely
they're on
could.
the-
okay. Home to Green Bay. You're a home dog there.
It's a loss.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, we beat him with DeVito.
I'm just saying, just give me bad.
We beat the
How many bad
Packers
teams
couple
they
with
play?
DeVito and
Did.
fucking Daniel
Burnham
Jones
did,
in London.
But it's
Yeah.
it's
But how many bad teams they play?
at Detroit, at New England.
I think New England's going to be good this
They're
year.
better.
At least a lot better.
That gets you to the bye. Home to Washington, home to Minnesota, at Vegas, home to Dallas. That ends your
You
season.
don't have any easy games.
Oh,
This
they
is
really don't.
crazy.
So
That's what
The
we're
schedule
that's what
is
we're saying with like the
nightmare.
schedule is actually it does impact.
That's insane.
Oh my god.
That's tough to really say improve. What was last year? 3 wins?
3 wins.
Okay, like you
gotta win.
probably
You gotta win more than
you
3.
can get to 4, but I don't know how many more. So and what is their over under?
That's a good question.
4.5.
4.5, 5.5, yeah.
I'd go under. If it's 5.5, I'm under.
I think it's 4.5 like juice.
4.5 juiced. I'd still probably go.
I think the Giants are actually in a weird spot where it's going to be worse, like next year, so to speak.
Why would it be worse next year?
What?
Why would it be worse next year?
Well, all right. Here's the spin zone. I'm going to say you might shut it down, but like, there's a very real world where they go 3-14 off of that schedule again.
I guess.
Your
I mean,
point
it's definitely
is
possible.
Your point is they don't start Dart till the end.
Okay.
So like now you're talking about a number 1 or number 2 pick, and you haven't seen that much of Dart
No.
with a new regime.
You wouldn't
do
panic,
they
though.
roll it? Well, it's a new regime, bro. I'd rather die with my guy than inherit the guy you did
Okay, I
just
see what
because
you're
you
saying.
said
It's
he's
not-
good.
They didn't draft Dart.
Yeah, so like
make
now,
clean house.
yeah, and they might be the 1 or 2 pick, and it's one of those things like half in, half out. I don't know. It's just an interesting situation.
Is it
to
weird
look at.
that even if they went bad, like if we just saw like promise and Dart, I want them to like run it back again? Is that crazy of me? I just
No,
think
I just because
the Giants we keep doing this thing where we just fight like 2 and out, 3 and out. It doesn't work. Like you got to let a guy cook a little
You're
bit.
saying run it back with Dable.
Like I'm like very in on the Dable Dart like combo. Like I really think that can work, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And I wouldn't want them to just punt that if the team is bad and a tough schedule. Because my thing is like I believe in Dable as like an offensive coach. And I just think if you get rid of him, then you're in this like weird spot. Like you said, in that scenario, obviously you're picking like 1 or top like 3.
Yeah.
And it's a good quarterback draft, but again, I really don't think Arch is going to come out. So if
Oh,
like your dream is
Nussmeier.
Arch, it's not. Yeah, it'd be like Nussmeier
the
or like,
Saints.
or if like Sellers has a big year, or like someone like that.
You would wish the receivers are coming out, but that's another year.
Yeah, yeah.
Those get Ryan Williams and
Honestly, if we're in the top, there's a few good tackles I like. I would want them to just take one of those guys, like Spencer Fano from
that's
Utah.
a smart move, man. If you look
Fano
at
is incredible.
look at how these teams are built, like really good offensive lines. Like you can't win young quarterbacks with a bad offensive line.
And unfortunately, like we whiffed on Neal. Like that was a massive whiff.
You can't whiff on those.
Like you have to, and I don't blame them because that's like everyone would have taken him in the spot they did. So like I get it, but it just didn't work that way. They're working him at guard now finally. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't believe in the like you drafted Dart, you like invested in him, then you're gonna punt it after 1. But again, it's all about like what he looks like in like real action. But again, even if they put him in the last few games and he was like, I don't think you just punt that like after like 3-4 starts. You got to let him work.
Giants under 5.5 wins plus 105.
Wow, so that juice to the over.
We're talking about future bets. I would be on that.
That's crazy.
But I'm
And it
telling
really
you,
has nothing to do against the Giants.
I know,
that
that schedule's a
is just
nightmare.
fucking hard.
I'm telling you, there's going to be a few of those games that we're thinking no chance that they're going to win.
I mean, that's the NFL, right?
That's my point. Like, they're good. I'm not saying they're going to go win 10
Anyway,
games.
6 games though.
I think they could.
6 in
Yes,
there?
absolutely. I think
yeah, 6 is
Over 5.5 is minus 120.
doubling their wins. from
defense
last
is
year.
going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot better. That
And
front.
the quarterback play will be better.
I mean, that front,
will be-
our front's
will be
going to be
better.
crazy. Like, if you can have just an identity that you like, this team gets after the quarterback, which they've now built like an arsenal of guys that can do that at like an elite level. Like Carter, Burns, and Dexter Lawrence is an insane trio in your D line. You have to get off the quarterback for those
sure.
guys to stay healthy.
All right, there's a bunch of them, so let's dive in. 49ers, they were the most injured team last year.
Yeah.
And it's just they're a
Easy schedule, too.
No, I know.
They lost.
I don't know what to do with them.
What?
Did they lose
have
guys?
to.
They lost a
They'll be
bunch
back.
of guys.
They lost a couple guys on defense.
Yeah, they lost.
Is McCaffrey ever going to get better?
Is Ayuk ready?
They said week like 6.
So that's not great.
Their schedule. Look at if you want. We're talking schedules. Look at their
No doubt. It's the easiest.
What was their
it's the
record
easiest
last
in
year
NFL.
though? Like 6-11.
7-8, 7-10
7
maybe.
and 10.
The over/under for them is over 10.5 wins is +110. Under 10.5 wins is -130.
They have a very winnable schedule.
They go as McCaffrey goes, right? If McCaffrey's healthy, they're a really good team.
McCaffrey right again?
He's healthy right now. I
Right, so that's the
believe.
thing.
Is he
But I'm saying,
McCaffrey, or is he the
he's
McCaffrey we
right.
saw
I
last
guess
year?
we'll see. But that's kind of the.
He's so good that if he is healthy, it almost doesn't even matter what else is happening.
He's very good.
And Purdy's really good. I'm a Purdy guy.
I am too.
I think he
Solid.
showed a lot last year.
Solid enough, yeah.
I don't think them.
He took
I don't
such
think
a
their
step
record is on
back
Purdy last
year.
year.
I just
That's
don't
what I'm trying
know.
to say.
I agree with you. They
But
took such a step back last
But
year.
I think they were a team that just was. They'd made all these deep playoff runs over. I think they were a burnt out team. They finally got things. Things didn't break their way. The injuries, blah blah blah. They're still like very talented, really really good coaching.
They'll improve. They're not going to go 6-11.
Like weak
right?
schedule.
There's no
like,
way. Like,
they're- I'd be shocked if they didn't make the playoffs.
Great organization
Really?
too. I know that.
I'm not saying definitely win division, but playoffs because the Rams are also very good. But
great organization.
honestly, I think the Cardinals are going to be better
Winning
too.
is the standard there. The 49ers.
He
like,
just burned me so bad last year.
yeah, I know.
I lost a lot of futures on them, division things, to parlays and stuff. They really kicked my ass.
Raiders. Bring in Geno and Pete Carroll.
This is the one I've been.
And Genty.
Yeah, Genty.
Yeah.
This is the one I tweeted the other day. Plus 340 make the playoffs.
They were 4-13 last year.
Yeah.
Like they're
AFC
definitely
is
going to
so
improve.
crowded though, dude.
What's that
No,
division?
it's a tough division, 100%.
What's in that division? And we just talked about that division is playing
Yeah.
the NFC East, which is
Yep.
obviously that you're talking about the commies, you're talking about Philly, and then we'll see what Dallas is, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. And the Giants, while they'll lose a lot of games, they will be in those games. Giants.
Yeah.
I'm saying playing the NFC East. It's not an easy division to play.
No, but I think the Raiders, like I don't think the Chargers are going to be as good. Like I think even last year, like they kind of feasted on like a easier schedule. Rashawn Slater got hurt. I think that's going to be massive.
Massive injury.
Like their whole identity is like they can like
Protect him.
like protect the ball, like have a good offensive line. I don't know. I think they maybe take a step back. The Broncos, it's tough because I think they will be good again because they added a lot on defense. They added Evan Ingram. Like I think they can improve and maybe take like that next step. It's all about Bo Nix, obviously. But I think just the Raiders last year, like they have pieces, but in just adding like the upgrades of Geno and Pete Carroll from Aiden O'Connell and Antonio
Real stuff.
Pierce.
You're talking about real personnel.
Are like massive upgrades. Massive, and then adding Genty. So now you have like Genty and Bowers. Like you have two like elite offensive weapons.
Yeah.
With like Myers, they drafted Jack Beck in the second round.
Bowers.
They I said Bowers. They have Michael Mayer, who's like the second tight end, who's like awesome. They drafted this kid Thornton from Tennessee in the fourth round, who they like love. He's like locked in as a starter.
Yeah.
I think he just struggled. He just didn't put up numbers because Nico from Tennessee sucked.
What
They
did
couldn't
happen
throw
with
the ball.
Max? The one thing is your boy who you loved out of Clemson. He just left. They cut him.
That's a weird. Yeah, that's a whole weird.
That's a tough.
I was like kind of excited on that with him
Right.
with have him and Crosby.
right. Crosby was
Apparently.
like in trade rumors, and then they just figured it out.
They gave him more money.
Right. Okay.
I mean he's the guy they want him to just be like Raider for like.
There's such a
I get
difference
it.
though. Like I'm not even the biggest Geno guy, but the difference between Geno and Aiden O'Connell
Massive.
is massive.
You know what? Honestly, like good for Geno too. You know, like
Yeah.
that famous thing, like they hated, like
I got
I thought it was
got
terrible.
snuffed in his own locker.
Yeah,
room.
like you don't see
over like $600.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't see. No, just building the self. Like, I didn't think he was good with the Jets.
No, I
I
didn't.
think that's pretty evident. He's given himself a career.
Yeah.
He's given himself a career where
He
like,
got more money too, right?
He
they
did.
renegotiate, right?
Yeah, he got like 40 plus million, I think.
But that also
like that,
shows
40.
you. That goes to show you too. Like, now, don't get me wrong. They shut the doors on guys in the NFL pretty fucking quick.
100%.
And you ain't getting out of that like blackballed world. But in terms of people thinking you play.
I mean, it was the official like they wrote me off. I ain't right back.
I agree.
That was
What
like
I'm
the,
saying
like,
is
moment.
the NFL's quarterback rooms are still so bad and so unpredictable, and the fact that they can't lock in 32. Like if you stick with it, or you could get back in that mix. So good for Geno. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a ton of guys who get written off, and you never hear from it. It's just not how it works.
Totally.
The backups.
Like when Geno was a Giant, his career's over in my mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, everyone was. I remember we were up in arms because McAdoo started him as the streak to like end Eli's streak.
Right.
And at the time, I remember my whole point was like, if we had a young guy, I would understand. But like, we know who Geno Smith is. Why are we doing this for another guy who we know isn't good? And then a couple years later, he turns out he's pretty good.
Yep.
So the Raiders line is over 7.5 is plus 140. Under 6.5 is plus 120. The Vegas doesn't even DraftKings doesn't even know 6.5, 7.5 doesn't kind of know where to go with that. I will say the Geno story is very nice and the Raiders story is very nice and sweet. They've worked really hard to become now an average team, which is probably the worst place you want to be in sports. So I don't really know what the future is for the Raiders. I really don't know. They're not probably going to make the playoffs this year. I don't really.
Yeah, but I think you got
all of this is just to be a
Don't be a
7-win
laughing
team.
stock. Just don't be a laughing stock. I think they're
guess,
tired
but
of being
is
a
that
laughing
good?
stock.
But you can move past you. Like you got to realize
you gotta
your
start-
your cornerstone pieces are both 23 and
True.
you have Genty and Bowers who Bowers honestly is probably the best receiving tight end in the league right now.
You got to build back though. The Raiders were bad for but the Raiders were bad. You got to build back. So okay, they're a middle of the road team. You take that more than picking at the top of the draft, man, every year.
Well, you can't just go from 0 to 100
Yeah,
one year. You
it's
got
not
to
how it
build.
yeah.
And also, getting those elite cornerstone guys they're acquiring, it makes it's impossible to be bottom of the league, that way. So
They were also an
players, it's a
average.
good
They were
thing
an
to
average
rise
team.
up.
They were an average team with Carr,
Right.
which is
They're a playoff team with Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, but barely.
Still average.
Right. You
Not
know
crazy.
they're
Both
destined.
can be true.
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Both
But I'm saying this is I don't see this as you're just you're in purgatory now. They're building towards
they're
it.
getting back. Yeah, it's the start back.
You can't just go from 3-14 to 14-3. That's so rare.
No, that's true.
Do we know if there's a pot of gold at the end of the road? I don't know, but I do. You got to start walking, and they're definitely walking.
That's true.
So
that's
that's what
fair.
I'll say.
I guess my thing is and I actually like Geno.
I agree with you.
I think Geno is like an interesting quarterback, but he is kind of an averagey quarterback, and he's kind of old. Where's the future? But I guess you gotta maybe figure that out later. I don't know.
I think that's what you're trying to do. I think you're trying to put together a couple good years with them, 2-3 years, and then your next guy is coming soon.
And to the credit, so on the other side, I will say this: the Raiders are no longer embarrassing. This is a competitive team.
Right.
Are they going to win 10 games? No, but are they going to win 7 or 8? Yeah, maybe.
I think they maybe could. I think high end. I think they could win. I think that'd be their. I think they're capable of it.
I think they're right there, spunky, knocking on the door of the playoff.
Well, if you like them,
with whatever, right there, right. There's
over
a ton of
9.5.
those AFC teams
plus 400.
I took plus 340 to make the playoffs.
All right.
I tweeted. I think that's a decent shot. I think they have a better shot than those odds.
It's still so weird that coworker Tom is an NFL owner. Tom Brady.
Coworker Tom.
Coworker Tom. It's so weird that he's a Raiders owner. He's making decisions.
I know.
That is just so.
And he's also calling football games.
And he's calling games.
Yeah. That's very weird.
I don't know how much he's actually. I guess from what he said, I think he gets consulted here and there. I don't know how much true decisions he's making.
He's making decisions, but I don't know. What do I know? But it's just it's an odd thing that he's calling.
You think it's his call for Geno?
I think he was heavily.
He's involved with that. Probably not his call with every player, but the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's drafting Genty, but I bet he was. He had a say with Geno.
Because obviously he's Pete Carroll's Geno's Pete Carroll's guy.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll loves him.
Right. I'm sure Pete made the call, but Tom was consulted with that.
I'm sure Tom was very involved with the Pete stuff.
I'm sure in Petey probably, but Pete also, I don't want to say no brainer because he's old, so I understand but that's really the only knock on Pete Carroll. He's a phenomenal football coach. He's just old.
I was hoping the
Jets
were going to get him.
He also has a ton of energy and is definitely.
Also, their OC is Chip Kelly, right?
Yes.
That's fun.
Great play. That's what I'm saying. I think that they're putting stuff together here.
Who's your DC?
I'm telling you, Patrick Graham.
Okay.
Who was the Giants defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Who actually was not bad. I really think they have something. I'll keep beating the drum for them. I really think they're going to be at least
What
decent.
do they have week 1? I'm just curious what kind of spreads this team is getting.
I don't know why you're looking. Every spread in the NFL, mostly in week 1, is 2 to 4.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Opening night isn't, to be fair. Philly Dallas isn't. Philly Dallas is 7.
6.
Almost every.
Philly's an outlier.
Yeah, you drilled. Yeah, Raiders are in New England plus 3.
Dude, everything down the line is 2 to 5.
I love the Raiders.
Honestly, that's a game where the winner of that game, I'll be honestly, well, I guess I've been saying I like both of them this year. I think they both make big.
Who is it?
upgrades.
Raiders who?
Patriots.
At New
Oh,
England.
yeah.
The winner of that game is going to be
That's your
talking
winner
playoffs.
off ball. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I kind of like New England that I mean, I kind of like the Raiders in that game.
Jags lost 13 of 17, decided by 7 or fewer. I don't want to root for Lawrence anymore.
I don't either.
I can't do it anymore.
See, I want.
It makes sense.
I
Like,
want
listen,
to, 'cause everyone else doesn't.
Phil Steele has talked about it forever. The net close losses. Like, water finds its level. You can't lose fucking 10 by one-score games one year. It's just, I know it's different pieces, but like,
I don't even want to watch the Jaguars this year.
no, I don't like them. I'm out.
I
on
don't
it.
want anything to do with the Jaguars.
They're all
See Liam Cohen though, like he's had good years. You know,
offense could be
shots.
fun. Trevor Lawrence throwing to
Brian Thomas is awesome.
Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter.
Brian Thomas is just a joy to watch.
Stud.
Yeah, see,
Absolute
the
stud.
Travis Hunter stuff that could be interesting. Don't
Him and-
get me back on the Jaguars.
Him and Thomas together is a fun tandem.
I know.
My biggest question mark is, can they stop a nosebleed? That's going to be like the concern.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll score. If Lawrence is healthy, they'll score points.
Yeah.
It's just whether they can stop anyone.
Bears with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams.
Bears be better this year.
Offensive line improved. I think that's like the
Yeah.
thing I care more about than anything.
Caleb's got to take a leap if you really.
Absolutely.
He's looked good. I know it's preseason. He's looked good.
Got to hold the
Looked
ball
good
less.
last year in the preseason.
Yeah.
What's that?
He looked good last year in the preseason.
Yeah.
Can Ben Johnson get him to get the ball out of his hands fast?
Ben Johnson's legit. Like that. There is a with him on the sideline. It's like, oh, you have to take them all.
Calling better plays. Eberflus was just a clown.
Such a clown. I wish he stayed forever.
Um,
No, they have good personnel on both sides now. Caleb Williams, here time to shine. Yeah.
If the O-line blocks, if Tooney and that center from
He set
Atlanta,
They set the league. It was the record, right? With sacks.
yeah,
He's the new record, I believe.
he's up there. He took a shit ton.
I think he was number one. I think it was.
I don't know if he set the record. He definitely took a shit, like 70 maybe, high 60s.
Bad.
He took a shit ton of sacks, and a lot of them really were his fault. Like
Yes.
the offensive line was bad, but he also
No, it was a lot of like USC. He thinks it's USC. He can hang around. He can run around. No, you can't do that, dude.
yeah, no.
decline. Kansas City Chiefs. So
15-2 last year.
Yes,
Or they do.
but Barnwell, Barnwell wants to point out the Ravens opener when who caught the ball?
Likely. That his toe was
out
out
of bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that was devastating.
Won that game. Okay, Ravens were lining up to take two. He's out by a fucking quarter of an inch. The Bengals pass interference
Brutal.
call that they win that game.
Yeah, Bengals were winning the whole game. They should have won that game.
No call pass interference against Atlanta and Pitt.
Atlanta should have won as well.
Should have won as well.
That was another
OT
one.
win versus Tampa. Field goal at the buzzer to beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
Raiders close. Chargers close. You're now talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those wins against Panthers, Raiders, Atlanta, and let's face it, Bengals. Not great last year. Now, in week 2, the Bengals are a way different team, but your record is what your
defensively, they're horrible.
Defensively, they're horrible. So they stole like 4 of those wins by the skin of their balls.
They did get
15-2. Their best player is fucking, or their most reliant tight end is older. You know,
They did get to the Super Bowl though. Like they beat good teams to get to the
Right.
Super Bowl.
they did. Yeah,
They're the team where I think like the water finds level close games. They have the outlier
yeah, with
because
Mahomes.
until Mahomes just like doesn't win a close game, you have to give him that. Like he just anytime they need a score, he gets one. When they lose, you see like the 2 Super Bowls they lost, they got blown out.
Now, if you told me they go to 12-5 next year, fine. I believe that. That's
I don't really
three-game
count
drop.
that as like a true.
That's not
decline
really a
decline.
drop.
Right.
That's probably what he's counting though as a drop. Just Barnwell.
I feel like that's not even because like
Because what they go.
there's nowhere to go up.
15-2.
Yeah. So
Like, there's nowhere to really go up.
that's more of just like.
No, you literally can't do better. I mean,
a
Yeah,
little
it's
really.
kind of an obvious. You're right. Yeah, I mean, it's
And they do
pretty
get
obvious.
Rasheed Rice, right?
Yeah, he'll be
So
back.
you know that helps, and another year of
Hollywood Brown
stability.
and-
Hollywood Brown. Maybe feet under him.
They just drafted our tackle Josh Simmons, who's very good.
Weapons should be better.
right,
Offensive
let's-
lines be better. Already was pretty good.
Yeah, the O line will be better.
But it already was like decent.
How about the
Simmons would have went like top 10 if he didn't tear his ACL.
How about the Chiefs opening month? At Chargers on a Friday night. Well, hold on. Is that
That's
the
like opening
fucking-
week, right?
Yeah, hold on.
week 1?
Where is that game? That's Santa Paula, so I apologize. Not at Chargers. It
So
says
that's
at
a
Chargers.
tough
Brazil
game.
I
Friday.
knew that right away because it was a Friday.
Did?
So
Brazil
there you go.
Friday game. Yep.
All right, so either way, Chargers at a neutral site, tough team with a vengeance. Chargers want to get ahead of the Chiefs, win that division. Eagles at home, brutal.
Tough game.
At Giants,
They play Eagles week 2?
yeah,
Wow, the Super Bowl
That's
rematch.
crazy,
week
right?
2. Wow.
probably a win.
Where's the Eagles game?
Kansas City.
Okay.
At the Giants, probably a win. Sunday night.
Yes.
And then it's
Oh God.
and then listen, these games are at home, but it's Ravens at home. That month,
That's
dude,
tough.
That month could be 1-3.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. Like
No,
that month could be
no.
1-3.
It could.
It
no doubt. I'm not
100% could be.
You know
1-3.
what? If they go 1-3, I'm like, eh.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's
matter.
I don't think there's any way in the world they go 1-3 if they beat the Chargers. But it all hinges on like you lose that, you
that's
definitely.
But even if they start 1-3, though, I don't think it really makes a.
Well, here's what they could be is monitor
Still
them,
in the division, I think.
monitor them at 1-3, get a good number on them
Yes,
after
correct.
4 weeks.
right.
Don't panic, and then realize the schedule is what.
But if you tell me the Chiefs are 1-3 after 4 weeks, I'm like, all right, they're still in the division.
But if you start breaking up their things into just little blocks, all right, let's say they come out of that first block. October at the Jaguars, probably a fucking
Win.
Okay. Lions, home.
Tough game.
Raiders, home. Spunky, but spunky. Command. How do they get 3 of these games at fucking home in a row? Whatever. Commanders at home Monday night.
Tough game.
Very tough game. Then at Bills to take you into
Really tough game.
to take you
Jesus
into November.
Christ.
So that's a hard.
Playing all of the like a juggernaut of it.
That's a hard block as well. Going to the bye at Broncos, hard.
Yeah.
Colts win at Cowboys. Not necessarily the best team, but
If they
Bill
stay
Dak
healthy,
and a formidable team.
not like a gimme.
Not a gimme. Texans, spunky. Chargers at home, spunky. At Titans, throwaway. Broncos, and then at Raiders, divisional games to end the season. There is no stretch.
schedule.
There is no stretch there where it's like Chiefs are winning 7 in a row.
Are we thinking
now
that-
I could old takes expose this because it is Mahomes, okay, and he lost, so he's gonna come out as a motherfucker. But I don't know, man. I just think
a
the
tough
Chiefs
schedule.
Chiefs could weirdly be looking at fucking things go 9-8. Is that crazy? 10-7.
I'd
I'm
be
not
shocked
going
if they went
9-8.
9-8.
Not going
I'd be
9-8.
shocked.
All right, yeah, that's probably the low end, okay. But
If they didn't
They
win
go
10
11-6.
games,
Yeah.
but 11-6 could easily still win the division.
I think
Absolutely
very
right.
much they could go 10-7 too, man. We're talking about losing 3 in the first month, Clemmer.
I know, but that's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. I don't know. Like, I think they probably come out of that first 4 games 2-2.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and
So I think they also could easily.
also
they
Rico's
could
also a
easily
shot they go
3-1.
4-0 out of those 4 games.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all.
It's the Chiefs, but I think 11. Could you see a world where they go 11-6, excuse me, and the Chargers somehow go 12-5?
No, I think it'd be Denver more likely in my
All right,
opinion.
all right.
So yeah, Chiefs. It's
Denver wouldn't shock me if they just were like really good this year.
Denver's
That wouldn't shock me.
proved. And
I love the defensive personnel they added, like Huafunga.
The AFC West is
the best
tough.
defense in football.
They're all going to beat the shit out of each other. That's a tough division.
Also,
That or the
all-
North are the best division. The NFC North are the best divisions in football.
Right? Definitely, right?
Yeah, I
those
think
two.
so.
Yeah.
Also, schedule-wise, they get the fortunate too, where like that Sao Paulo game, it's a road game for them. Like that's huge.
That is massive.
Like, especially I think in like now that it's 17, so it's lopsided. Like some years you just might only get 8 home games.
yeah.
You get a true road game, a divisional road game that's not even a real road game. It's a neutral.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
they got.
pretty big.
Wait, it's
like,
a road
what-
game for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
says
huge.
that's the way I read
Still
it.
would be SoFi. It's not like you got to
But a divisional road game that's
No
like
doubt.
now
But
a
it's,
neutral.
it's a little different if that's a Denver, and you're
Sure.
already going to
All right,
Denver.
fair enough, fair
SoFi is, they're probably going to be more Chiefs fans there.
but still, I think that's like a massive.
Hubs, you could say that, but based on the schedule, SoFi opening night for the Chargers, I do feel like
you're
people.
more inclined to
And
get
they made the playoffs last year. Like there's some
People
hype.
are gone.
there.
Yeah, you ain't.
I'm just saying, if it was Denver, it's a way bigger.
Way bigger.
That's fair,
Way
that's
bigger.
fair.
Way bigger.
That's fair.
Vikings went 8-1 in one-score games last year, and now bring in McCarthy, who has not taken an NFL snap. You could have high expectations on it.
Some say he's the 10th best quarterback in football.
Yeah, some say.
Some do.
Some absolutely say that.
Right. Yeah, Vikings. I would be leery. I always would be worried when you have to trust a guy named McCarthy.
This goes back to the communism days, even in the 50s, you're saying?
Yes.
Wow, all right.
His uncle Joe McCarthy. Washington, close wins. Did overachieve last year, let's face it. Like, we're a good team.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
and a lot of that is Jaden Daniels playing well, for sure. But, yeah, they flat out overachieved. You wonder if it's C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels kind of year 2 thing. That's all.
but again,
a little
they-
bit of a tip.
But the
down.
team success, like Stroud didn't have as good at numbers. The team success was identical.
Flatline.
Same record, and then also won a playoff game. Like
Right.
same exact thing.
I'm saying
And the Vikings too. The Vikings went 14-3 last year. They're not going to do that again just because
No,
it's hard to go 14-3.
It is a really good roster, though. And
It is.
If McCarthy is just like fine, same thing as Darnold.
They could bring Darnold back. They still weren't going 14-3 just because 14-3 is
Yeah,
so.
fair.
Sure.
They just have some like pivotal things, like a really good offensive line, good receivers,
Yeah.
like good coach.
It's a bit of a well-oiled machine they have
Yeah, they
going
have,
on
like-
there.
Completely
Where
agree.
like, maybe they would have just run it back with Darnold.
14-3 is just so hard to do.
I just think their minds. I understand what they did. Like you drafted this kid top 10,
Oh, I agree with what they did.
and
I believe in this kid.
And I wholeheartedly agree with not paying Sam Darnold $40 million a year.
I very much.
That is a good financial
Yeah,
decision.
yeah, yeah.
To
That's
not do
probably
that.
what like really swayed
Like
it.
I would say, I'm obviously not the biggest McCarthy guy, but I'd much rather pay him $6 million or whatever
Yeah.
he's getting.
Dude, that's the
As opposed to Darnold 40,
because
30.
Because then you look at like the Niners situation. You know, like the best winning situation you can have outside of having a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen is if you have a quarterback who can win you games on a rookie deal.
Huge,
Then you can build it's so easy to build around that.
That's how the Jets,
that
those
is-
2 years went to the AFC Championship. That's how they did. They had Sanchez in the rookie deal. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you see the Commanders going all in. Like they traded for Tunzel,
This is your
Debo.
time to
Like
do
they're
that.
going all in. Like you have Jaden Daniels, he's ready. Go now.
And then more so, Hubs, to that point, yes, he's performing for you on a rookie deal, so you're paying him less.
Yeah.
But also, like, optimism-wide, as long as everything fucking goes right, you know, it means you got a good quarterback
Yeah.
for the next 3 as well. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
we ain't the guys in the draft room fucking dying over 2 fucking kids from
Sweating it
you
out.
know, fucking USC and whatever that we're, like, splitting hairs on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we don't know how the fuck it's going to shake out. It's all going to cost us jobs. Like, so, Colts. He thinks they're going to decline. I think, I don't know. He wrote it today,
So do I.
but I'm wondering when that Jones story broke as well.
But I think
went 8-9
he
last
wrote that knowing that Jones is
Probably going to get it.
probably
Yeah.
gonna start.
So, yeah, I think the Colts, I mean, that's just a bad division.
Daniel Jones stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, Marty, but he stinks.
he wrote the Lions with both coordinators.
I understand it, but they're a team like still if they didn't make the playoffs, I'd be very surprised.
Agreed. But
If they go 13-4, that's a decline of 2 games.
Right.
Are they counting that? Because 15-2 is just impossible to do.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, back-to-back years.
Well, I also think you can decline in terms of tiers of where you are in the NFL. Because
they're-
that's not an exaggeration. So last year, the Lions were in the elite tier.
I still think
all
they
year,
are.
all
I
year.
still think they're in the same tier.
And that's okay. That's
I think so,
fine.
too.
That's fine.
They might lose 3 more
They
games.
they could not
Dog
look,
week 1.
They could not look great and drop that tier.
Really?
It's like 1-2 points.
In Green Bay?
But that makes sense.
I think it's
Because I put
2.5.
Green Bay like very close, if not like right
Green Bay's good.
at the bottom of that elite tier, and I think could be like get higher.
I might be.
I like
might be
the
on
Packers
Detroit
a
that
lot.
week, though. I like the Packers a lot too. I just think Detroit.
I expect Detroit will be very heavy consensus.
I'll probably be on the Packers there, like
Seen
just
Detroit
just
with-
gambling.
Detroit with a
wise,
plus
but
number.
What was it? Plus what?
I think it's 2.5
2?
last time I saw it.
I'll probably be on Packers
That
gambling.
if that gets to 3, that gets spicy. No?
Two first game with the new coordinators is interesting.
Yeah.
But I think they'll both be playoff teams. They'll
It's
both
also
be
like
very good.
they're bringing back all the personnel.
The defense getting healthy. Like Hutchinson, like
Yeah.
if McNeil gets back at all in the regular season, some of the other guys like corners, they signed a couple guys. I think you said Banks maybe from Tampa. Their defense should be. I mean, the defense was only the problem when they got hurt.
1.5 now.
Like early in the season.
1.5. God, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, it's gonna be an
425 CBS game.
I think I like Green Bay and Lambeau.
It'd be a great game.
Very fun.
Which game is that?
Green Bay, Detroit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that the AFC West is good now because we've talked about it all the time. Those 4:00 games when it starts to get to like fucking November and the clocks go back and it's fucking dark and it's like the Raiders against the Chargers and they're both like fucking 4 and 7.
Get me
And
depressed.
you're like, dude, like, come on. The AFC West is at least these are entertaining. You know, Denver and all that. Like,
Honestly, it was nice for a while though. We did have like the Niners good, like the Rams good.
yes,
And we'll still have. I think we'll still have both of that.
but you know when there's somehow
I think
there's-
Cardinals are going to improve. I think they're going to be better.
some weeks there's only 3 fucking games in a 4:00 slate and you're like,
Oh,
dude, these
Usually get like honestly, what a big problem too is last year like Dallas got a lot of those games and they were awful last
Yeah,
year. They
it's
got
just
hurt.
like Dallas is
if
always-
Dallas at least like healthy offensively, they're like fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it's just like I got no interest in these fucking
No,
teams.
I'm with you.
It's just how it is. But
I also just big picture though. I think this year we're gonna have a lot. Like I think last year was an outlier in terms of like how many doormat teams there were. I don't think that's gonna be the case this year. Like I think a lot of those doormat teams at least improve. And also I think last year we had some tough quarterback injuries that really hurt that. I think there's going to be a lot less like last year. I think there were so many like 15-2 and all these like teams because there was a lot of gimme games. I think there's going to be not nearly as many like gimme games and like gimme teams as there were last year. I don't even know if that's like a hot take. But.
I hope so. I hope it's a better year. I don't think it was a great year for the NFL last year. It was fine. I think hopefully this year will be a little better. Could be. Should be. I feel like it is more level this year.
I think there's going to be less shitty quarterback play than there were last year. But again, that's like a lot of that's
say that and then watch.
A lot of that's injuries.
Everyone's injured by week 3.
Yeah, no, a lot of that's obviously that can change. I think the way things are now, at least, there's not as many like doormat teams, doormat quarterbacks. Always going to be a few, obviously, but.
All right, in terms of picks, this team has a plus sign in front of them, and this is just straight up. When are you going to get this team with a plus sign, so to speak, this many times left? I'm taking the Brewers, plus 128.
In game 1 or 2, it's a doubleheader.
1.
Okay.
Make sure I got 1 for sure.
It's
Clemmer.
the Patrick Boyd game is game 1.
Yeah, so I took that. They're plus 128, right?
Yeah.
I'll take them. Fuck it.
Took Brewers?
Yeah, I took the Brewers.
He just did.
No, I thought you were saying.
Yesterday I had the Cubs. I either wanted to take the Cubs or I didn't, but
I had Cubs in the under.
that team's just giving up.
Yeah, that was bad.
Cubs?
And they're sitting Tucker now for 3 games or something. There's some weird.
Is he cast that? We think he loses money? In terms of like what his max value would have been
Yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's been awful.
His ground ball rate is higher than it's ever been. It's like above 50%. It's some weird guy.
Like, how-
he hasn't homered since like May.
That's what I'm saying. It's been like it's how
He's
much
still an outstanding player. And
course.
if you can get
And
him
he's
on
like
discount,
28.
do it. I mean, okay, it certainly hasn't risen.
like, let me ask this, and I like for example, someone like Bellinger. Bellinger's like 2 years older.
Yeah.
Bellinger obviously had a great year. Should get probably a nice contract in the offseason.
He's basically doing the same shit.
Well, like that's like, do you think like you think Tucker's gonna command like double what Bellinger, or maybe not quite double, but
maybe.
like close to it though?
Maybe. He remember.
Because I think I'd rather have Bellinger for like
You look at-
even like 60% of the price.
That's fair. It's a fair
just tough
argument.
to-
He's only 2
gotta-
years older. I mean, he's not.
And they're both young players. They're both going to get paid a good amount of money, I think. The thing with Tucker is like it's tough. You just don't want to overreact to 1 year.
It's fair. It's
because
fair.
he's been so good. And
That's why I ask,
A legit
why I-
top 10 guy, all around player, can steal bases for you. Good defender, great hitter, like everything you kind of want from a cornerstone player. He's been that for his whole career. This is just 1 year where it's taken down.
And it hasn't been that bad. He still has it's the 4th best OPS plus of his career. Now,
I thought I
ugly
saw
this-
someone said that he's on pace for the best WAR of his career this year, even like still like now,
Yeah,
like
he's
right
still-
now.
right about. Yeah.
Still, and that almost you have to take that into. Hey, he's not playing to his ability and still doing all this shit.
He was so hot.
So I would still,
Now,
think,
one thing about the WAR, he had a higher WAR last year in only 78 games. Remember, he missed half the season last year. He had a 4.7 WAR last year in 78 games. He's a 4.1 in 121.
Okay.
You got to kind of take some of that into stock too.
Okay,
but-
got it. No, it was something I was looking at the other day. I was thinking about it. I was like, just
Yeah.
because obviously the Yankees are going to be like in the mix for both guys. Like
Yeah.
Mets, I'm sure will be as well.
Tucker will absolutely get paid more than Bellinger.
No. I knew definitely
saying,
more.
He's saying how much more.
But I was saying like how much more because I think I would rather have Bellinger for like even like 60-70% of Tucker. Maybe I'm getting a little high now, but
Which is, I don't think a totally unfair thing to say. I just think the ceiling for Tucker is just so much higher than Bellinger.
it is.
I agree. I would agree with that.
It is. It is.
More power. I
I'm saying
mean,
he has won an MVP, Cody. Like
Yeah, but that was a different player.
it was, but his
that was a
but
lifetime
his
ago.
Cubs year 2 years ago was fucking amazing.
And he's been really good for the Yankees this year.
Yeah, like
what I'm saying.
There was worry about Bellinger, like, you know, the nerds wanted to poo-poo his great year with the Cubs 2 years ago because they were like, you know, the hard hit isn't there and it's a lot of luck. I think he's kind of proven that like he can very much succeed under these analytics and his swing, his hard hit and all that.
And don't lose sight of his versatility. He can play either outfield spot, left or right.
Very well.
You can also play center if you have to, and you can put him at first base.
And he's bailed us out of first, left, center, right, wherever you ask. Like he's truly the versatility is very much there.
I like the player a lot.
He's awesome.
I like the player.
I
a
love
lot.
Cody.
that's what I'm saying. The more the season went on, like I think I'd rather have Bellinger for like half the price for sure.
And then be able to go get a starting pitcher.
Like it's like what's
I don't
what's
hate
the
that.
number of, I guess in my brain like what's the number of like the difference in price to where like I'm leaning towards the other guy.
Yeah.
I expect it to be a pretty significant gap.
Me too.
I think it will be.
That's what,
But you could argue it might be
Whether that's
unfair.
whether it's deserved or not.
Right.
I expect it to be I love Cody.
What is the number for Bellinger? I can't see it.
41,
30.
30, and then 41 for Tucker.
There you go.
That sounds about right.
Save 11 million. Go get like a spot starter or something.
Seems
Even
pretty
if,
on point.
even if it's 70, whatever, like 70% of
And
what
again,
Tucker's
Cody's
getting.
not old. Like
So
he's older, but he's not an old player.
I think it's 28 and 30.
Yeah,
believe.
like
Okay.
It was just something it popped in my head like a couple days ago. I was thinking about.
Yeah,
That's a really fair point.
Clemmer, what are you on?
Pick of the day is I'm on the Mets run line.
Why? Why told you so?
Well, Jake Irvin's bad. He's hit a 6.9 ERA since Memorial Day. Like he's horrible. No, and I'll say the Nats can't hit lefties. The Nats are one of those teams that seem like they're walking dead too. I'm on the Reds money line. Hunter Green to me against Kyle Hendricks. Like the fact I'm getting minus 136 on that is crazy. And then I'm on the Guardians. The Diamondbacks got swept by the Rockies. Rockies have won 4 in a row. The Diamondbacks team is starting to look like the Walking Dead a little bit. So the Guardians are plus money, so I jumped on them.
Ev.
Yeah, I'm on the Reds money line, and then I'm also on the. I'm going to take the over in the Mets Nationals over 9. I think the Mets might do it themselves.
Hubs.
I was gonna do the Reds. I won't do that to you guys because then it'll be across the board.
right.
So I'm
All
gonna
right
go
together?
Diamondbacks minus 125. I'm going Brewers in the second game with Tyone and Woodruff. So I'm gonna take the Brewers minus 115, and then in Winston-Salem tennis, we're going Mackenzie McDowell minus 133, and Botic Van der Schoop plus 104.
All right. Yak's going now live from camp, right?
Yes.
And
Barstool.
yeah, and we will be back tomorrow.